Nice. Well, it's later than I expected it to be, but here I am. I will be quieter, I suppose. Let's turn up the microphone, but I apologise. There is a load of washing being done. This is just how things have to be at the moment. They have to be this way. But in addition to there being lots of washing to be done, there is also a new Tyler the Creator album, isn't there? So we should have a look at that. What to say about Tyler the Cray? He's released quite a few albums in a relatively short time. I actually saw Odd Future, I think. I can't remember it very well, but I think I saw them at Reading Festival one year. Yeah, I didn't really know who they were, but my cousin took me to see them. And yeah, it was pretty intense. But yeah, until I would say Flower Boy, the existence of Tyler the Creator was completely not something I was aware of. I did at least hear clips of Flower Boy, but I've never actually got around to listening to it, but I hear it's good. I did listen to Igor, and I thought Igor was really interesting and not like anything I was expecting. I still think it's quite interesting. And after Igor, I went back and listened to Wolf, which I thought was just fine. I am yet to wake up to the interest of that one. And then initially I thought Call Me If You Get Lost was really good too, but weirdly I'm not that into it listening again. Yeah, I don't know why. But then Chromacopia I think is really interesting. Also just absolutely crazy art styles from time to time with Tyler's output as well. I don't know if that's continued here. I don't know. Yeah, there's some, there's an embracing of funny, silly aspects in a decent amount of what Tyler the Creator does. And I think that's probably okay. But it means that I don't know whether I'm meant to take things seriously or not. Regardless, we will take them as if they are all intended. And if I therefore feel that it's serious, I will take it as if it's intended to be serious. We'll see. He seems like a really nice person as well, which is, it's nice. It's not very common for people who are very successful, I think. But he seems very genuine, very concerned to make art as well. So anyway, I'm also relatively tired and a little bit under the weather today, so don't expect too much of me. See if we can get a lot out of this. I'll do my best. Big. Why you gotta do me like this every single time? Every single time, Cobras. Can I just set that as default? No. I mean, maybe. Do I want to open settings? No. Deary me. Oh well.
Welcome. Number 1, body movement. No sitting still. Number 2, only speak in glory. Leave your baggage at home. Number 3, don't tap the glass.
Okay, and that's the name of the album. So straight away getting it in there now. My headphones aren't working, so I can't hear you. Well, why are you going to even watch this? I mean, there's nothing to be watched. That's really strange, Daisy Alba. It's all about the listening. So I don't think I'm going to reply in chat now. Okay. Anyway, that was interesting, wasn't it? We got this kind of descending line through the chords. Let's hear it again.
Welcome. Number 1, body movement. No sitting still. Number 2, only speak in glory. Leave your baggage at home. Number 3, don't tap the glass.
Yeah, so it goes all the way from A, G sharp. What comes after G sharp? G, F sharp, F, and then E. And then we finish at E. Or at least up to that point we finish at E. I imagine that is the point at which we finish. The chords then. Well, let's just talk about the texture really. We've got a voice saying some words, and we've got what sounds like, what does it sound like? It sounds like, I mean, a synthesizer, slightly wet sounding, in fact, very wet sounding synthesizer. A little bit robotic as well, right? And that's basically what we get here. We get those two things. The synthesizer is a vocoder, or at least it has a vocoder applied to it, which means that everything that is said on the other track goes through this synthesized morphing, basically. So we get the notes from the synthesizer, and we get the formants, the harmonic information from the voice, and we merge these together and we get something that sounds like a synthesizer saying the words that are being said. Right? Capiche? Good. And then the chords we get are basically an A minor chord, an E major chord with a G sharp in the bass, which then follows to an E minor chord with a G in the bass, an F sharp 7 chord after that, and then an F major 7 chord, and then the final chord is a little bit unexpected, an E minor 9 chord. The other chords are pretty expected and they follow a absolutely classic trajectory. So this kind of is heard in quite a lot of songs. Now, can I think of what they are? Yeah, we have rain down, come on rain, and then that goes somewhere else, but we do get that descending sequence in exactly the same way in Paranoid Android by Radiohead. Then going from this to this to this is pretty standard as well. We might expect a major chord at the end there, so then it's just chromatically moving down with every single note there, which is very nice, but we don't get that E chord at the end, E major. We get E minor, and we don't get just E minor, but E minor 9. We get these two added notes, the 7th and the 9th. 7th is just fine by itself, but the 9th is the weird one, because we've just heard this F major 7 chord, which has an F in it, and the 9 that we had here is an F sharp. So we go from chromatically moving there at the same time as this F is moving chromatically down to the E. It's moving chromatically up at the top. Yeah. So we get this kind of pulling in both directions of that chord, making the place that we get to by that E minor chord feel quite new, which is interesting because if we really follow this progression, it sort of feels like by the E we should be in the dominant place for the A minor, ready to go back to the A minor, but that's not what happens. We actually sort of get to a new tonic, a new resting place by the E minor instead. So while it is a relatively common set of chords, the place where we get to in the end is a little bit unexpected and sort of sets up a new place for this next one. They're also not quite weighted equally. We get one of the first chord.
Welcome.
We also get that boo at the beginning of the
Body
spiel,
movement.
but whatever.
No.
Anyway, we get da 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 da. So we get one of the first chord, two of the second chord. How many of the third chord?
Body movement.
Here it comes.
No sitting still.
One.
Number 2.
Just one.
Only speak in glory.
Two.
Leave your baggage at home.
Fourth chord.
Number 3.
And then two.
Don't tap the glass.
Okay. Two of that F as well. So we get 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, and then a little bit longer on that last one. How many does that add up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then let's say 9, 10, but really that feels like a new place anyway. So we've managed to do an equal number, an 8, which, you know, a very musical number after all. 8, it comes up a lot, but this doesn't feel like 8 equal phrases really, does it? Let's try and count it, even though we've got very little to go on here.
Welcome. Number 1. Body movement. No sitting still. Number 2. Only speak in glory. Leave your baggage at home. Number 3. Don't tap the glass.
That didn't give me much. I wasn't really able to pay attention to what was going on there. It sort of feels like 3s, so I'm going to count in 3s this time.
Welcome.
2, 3.
Number 1.
2, 3.
Body
1,
movement.
2, 3.
No
1, 2,
sitting still.
3. 1,
Number 2.
2, 3.
Only
1,
speak
2,
in glory.
3. 1,
Leave your
2,
baggage at
3.
home.
1, 2,
Number
3.
3.
1, 2,
Don't
3.
tap the
1,
glass.
2, 3. I don't know if it is really. It feels like it's just there, but in a kind of classical way where there's a little bit of push and pull with that timing. Maybe it's just the way he said it, and he wasn't particularly trying to get any particular rhythm until don't tap the glass, which is very clearly in time.
Tap the glass.
Okay, and then whatever vocal sample this is coming in on a G sharp. Now we've just done don't tap the glass, and that's got a G in it, that chord. So getting a G sharp out of nowhere again feels like a big change, even though that's setting up the beat. Is it though?
Glass.
Yeah, it basically is. So it sets up the beat, but it doesn't set up the harmonic situation at all.
Burning shit down, turning shit up. I don't consent, I don't give fucks. You on my dick, nigga, get up. Wipe your lips off while I zip up.
Fun. So yeah, we're really based around that G sharp. It's a pretty cool little riff, very simple, just one. You don't need me to go over that in big detail, but it's going up from the G sharp to the A and back down to the G sharp, just a semitone movement, giving this kind of Phrygian feel, a little bit combative. Good way to start an album. Yeah, quite aggressive. In stark juxtaposition, stark contrast with the previous quite soft vocoder entry. What else is going on? Yeah, we've still got that. Whoa, actually, I think that came out in when the other things started, didn't it?
Burning shit down, turning shit up. I don't care.
So it comes out as the main verse starts. What are the drums doing?
Burning shit down, turning shit up. I don't consent, I don't give fucks. You on my dick, nigga, get up. Wipe your...
So they're pretty straightforward, really. What have we got? Probably ride cymbal, but it's very distorted. And then some snare and some kick drum. Boom, boom, ta, boom, 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 ta, boom, 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 ta, boom, 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 ta. That's really all that's going on here. But there's quite a lot of variation in the kick drum, in how hard it comes through. Sometimes it's really loud. On the first beat of the bar, it really smashes in.
I don't give fucks, you on my dick, nigga, get up. Wipe your lips off while I zip up. I'm a sick pup, girl, I'm nasty. Eat the cream.
Yeah, so there's not actually that many instruments there, not many drums being used, but they're being used in different levels, I guess, which is something that is commonly missed in electronic drums. You can play with the velocity quite a lot, but most people choose not to. Most people keep things on a very straight velocity, and that's very controllable, very straightforward. Not here. We've got quite a I don't know, it's a, sort of like a lo-fi feeling, like it's deliberate bad production in a certain kind of way, and it doesn't feel bad. It feels just slightly more I want to say vitriolic, but what I really mean is volatile. It means slightly more volatile. Okay, and other than those two things, I think it's really just Tyler sitting on top.
Sit down, turning shit up. I don't consent, I don't give fucks. You on my dick, nigga, get up. Wipe your lips off while I zip up.
And we've got a really straightforward ba-da-la-ba, ba-da-la-ba, ba-da-la-da, da-da-la-da, with a rhyme every two. Really straightforward. Nothing to explain there, I would say.
I'm a sick pup, girl, I'm nasty. Eat the cream pie in the back of the backseat. Yellow diamonds, black skin, I'm taxi. You can run all you want, nigga, you can't catch me, bitch.
Okay, slightly more complicated here. We've added in some extra octaves for this. So that's doing octaves, so that's cool. It feels more full because of that. It feels a little more aggressive because it's so stark. There's just those notes coming through. There's no other melodic material at all. No other harmonic material at all. Yeah. So how does the rhythm evolve for Tyler?
While I zip up, I'm a sick pup, girl, I'm nasty.
So he immediately, in the beginning of this section, adds in an extra beat that he wasn't doing before. So before we got waiting on the first beat, da-da-ga-da, and then we got the stuff after that. 1 and a 2 and 1, basically. And a 2 and a 4 and a 2 and a 4 and. But here we go, and a 4 and 1 and a 2. So we add in that straight away, that 1. And that's nice. That immediately feels like quite a pickup for this next section. We know we're going to change straight away.
I'm a sick pup, girl, I'm nasty.
So we still get that ba-da-da-da, but then we get a new rhythm on the end. Da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so it immediately feels just a little bit different. We could go ad infinitum looking at the real specificities of this kind of thing, but I think the main deal with, well, there's maybe two main deals with rap. I mean, I definitely shouldn't be the person to talk about this, but whatever. How I see it is that you have two main things that are really interesting, other than the lyrics, which operate in their own sphere, and I have no interest in looking at that really. One is you have expectations that are then dashed. And that's also true for the lyrics, but it's especially true for rhythmic feel. And then the other thing is just flashy things. And flashy things might be fast rapping, or it might be intensely rhythmic rapping, or something that is really against the beat, perhaps. These kinds of things I may well point out, or we might not have any of them, but I'm certainly going to point out when there's an expectation that is cancelled, and here is one. We've set up an expectation of the ba-da-lat-dat rhythm, and then it gets cancelled.
While I zip up, I'm a sick pup, girl, I'm nasty. Eat the cream pie in the back of the backseat.
So that second line there kind of has the expectation set up from the first section, but also from the bit just before, that we're going to go ba-da-lat-da-da-get-da-da. But instead, we only get the last bit of that repeated, which is the, you know, ba-da-da-da. We don't even get the ba-da at the beginning there, we just get the da-da. Okay?
Girl, I'm nasty. Eat the cream pie in the back of the backseat.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-ba-da-ba-ba. So again there, the beginning part is inconsequential, but we still get the rhyme section being repeated in exactly the same way. And the rhyme is still happening, well, at the end of the bar for each of these. It's still happening in exactly the same place.
Little diamonds, black skin, I'm taxi. You can run all you want, nigga, you can't catch me, big nigga.
Yeah, so it's the same for all of those, although how many did we have?
Nigga, get up, wipe your lips off while I zip up. I'm a sick pup, girl, I'm nasty. Eat the cream pie in the back of the backseat. Little diamonds, black skin, I'm taxi. You can run all you want, nigga, you can't catch me, big
Yeah, 4. So everything is as we might expect at the moment for sort of, you know, rhythmic sections. We're getting 4-bar things. It's totally fine. Nothing to be scared about. That's good. We're not doing clipping here, are we? We're doing Tyler. Things are going to be more straightforward. We got a woo at the end there, just a little extra textural thing.
On the back of the backseat, little diamonds, black skin, I'm taxi. You can run all you want, nigga, you can't catch me, big
Yeah, and then bass comes in after that. We are getting a little moment of an extra note just there. There's just one extra note coming in for a brief moment, just giving us a tiny bit of extra harmonic context, I guess. Not very important though. But yeah, the texture is changing in this next section.
Nigga, I'm big nigga, I'm big
Okay, so this is like a chorus, really, isn't it? Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba, and we're just repeating those words. We've still got this kind of thing going on, but now it's with a bass, and the bass is more constant. It's not just little staccato notes, but it's that kind of thing. Holding down those notes so it fills out the space quite a lot in a way it wasn't being filled before. We've also got the whoo happening now regularly, really filling in the space between rap, I suppose. It doesn't do that at all though, actually, because it comes at po. Just covers up that word to some degree.
I'm big slim. I hate light skin niggas on my mama. I like dark skin.
Okay. I think we've actually lost the higher octaves there. Let's just check.
Yellow diamonds, black skin, I'm taxi. You can run all you want, nigga. You can't catch me, big nigga, I'm big
We lose the higher octave there. It just goes back to this one for the next section, and it seems the same as we carry on.
Slim. I hate light skin niggas on my mom.
There are little interstitial vocal insertions probably all the way through the album. And I'm not going to comment on many of those unless they play a particularly important role. They're just pretty common in various forms of rap music. So it's not you know, what they do is kind of fill in the gaps most of the time. That's what they're there for. So you have your bit of rap, and then you have what is kind of like a counterpoint, but it's not a melody. So it just fills in those gaps with someone going, yeah, someone going,
Slim.
hun hun. I guess that could be the thing from the beginning, couldn't it? But it's not on the right pitch, so maybe it's not. Anyway, going to this next section, it sounds like we've got some weird synth going on.
I hate light skinned niggas on my mama. I like dark skinned bitches like my mama.
Yeah, so a slightly tinny and slightly out of tune thing happening here, which is a new bit of melodic material. So we get, and that's where it comes. No, so they both come in on the second beat. 1, 1, 2. Yeah. I'm not going to try and play them together, tapping. But the point is that they are doing different rhythms, and they are in totally different octaves. They're in the same key. It's actually giving us a bit more information. Got F sharp there, got C sharp. So almost, well, I mean really that is enough to tell us what scale it is. And it is G sharp minor Phrygian, so that's fine. All good.
Just like my mama. I like light skinned bitches like my daddy.
Yeah, so they fill in the rhythmic space a little bit more, rather than the drums doing that main thing. They are playing against each other, filling in the space more cohesively, sorry, rather than coherently. That's good. Yeah, it's also just interesting that they're in such different octaves. The higher one, I did want to say, it is also, yeah, it's got two things which are not quite in tune. I think probably it's a higher octave even than this, so I think it's kind of that octave, isn't it? But then I think there's a higher octave than that as well, and that's slightly pitched wrong, so that it has this really tinny, eerie feel.
I like dark skinned bitches like my mama. I like light skinned bitches like my dad.
It might actually be a lower octave that is pitched wrong, and just not as strong. But either way, what's happening there is really discordant in an uncomfortable way. It's fun though. Anyway, let's see what Tyler's doing here.
Oh my mama, I like dark skinned bitches like my mama. I like light skinned bitches like my daddy. You ain't like that line, not my problem.
So we got the same kind of thing the whole time there. What's quite nice about that kind of thing is that there's a clear deliberate emphasis on the offbeats. So even though we say ma, and the ma comes on the first beat there, clearly mama is what we're saying. We're not saying mama, mama. We're saying mama. And that's what goes on here. We get mama, even though the beat goes against that. The beat's going 1, 2, 3, 4, mama. So the weak syllable falls on the beat, which is, it's something you can do. There's no reason why you should have to have the strong syllables on the beat at all. It gives it a little more, exciting rhythmic feel. It feels syncopated, which is what it is. Just there's a little more danciness to it. I don't know. And yeah, all four of those were the same.
Just like my mama, I like light skinned bitches like my daddy. You ain't like that line, not my problem. I'm on a plane trying to fuck her lip off, switch off, sit on my face, give me lip gloss.
Okay, and so in this next section we've got those higher octaves again, but we don't have that higher one. And we've again switched to a totally different rhythm, which is cool. I'm not going to go into it though. But we're probably going to do a similar kind of thing where the rhyming part is the main thing that is preserved. Maybe there's an extra bit that's preserved as well. But interesting how these all have no similarities to each other that we can really hold on to. Each of these sections, we haven't got a ba-da-da, you know, like the first one happening again here. It's really just whatever fits these particular 4 lines. That's what's important, and we keep switching it up, which keeps excitement up.
The 10 off, that's not a G5, take that kid off right now.
Okay, so something suddenly changed about the texture here. Let's hear
that line, not my problem. I'm on a plane trying to fuck her lip off. Switch off, sit on my face, give me lip gloss. The 10 off, that's not a G5, take that kid off right now. I'm Mario, pipe down, baby, I'm big.
Okay, so the drums totally dropped out for 2 whole bars there. We got for 1 bar, and then we got this interesting pizzicato strings thing going, which was nice, unexpected. Maybe that's in the background, but we can't hear it most of the time.
Lip gloss, the 10 off, that's not a G5, take that kid off right now. I'm Mario, pipe down, baby, I'm big pro.
Yeah, and that's a nice line leading into I'm Big Poe, isn't it?
Lip gloss, the 10 off, that's not a G5, take that kid off right now. I'm Mario, pipe down, baby, I'm big pro.
Yeah, and we got the right now, yeah. Yeah, we got some internal rhymes which are fun.
Lip gloss, the 10 off, that's not a G.
Yeah, and so that we've set up an expectation of the rhyme at the end of the bar, but then we get it at the beginning here after rip off.
Lip off, switch off, sit on my face, give me lip gloss, the 10 off, that's not a.
Okay, and I guess we had set that up in the previous bit as well, so that's nice.
A G5, take that kid off right now. I'm Mario, pipe down.
But then we switch it right now on Mario, pipe down. Those 2 different rhymes.
Baby, I'm big pro. Nigga, I'm big pro.
This feels very similar to the previous chorus. I can't tell any difference.
Nigga, I'm big pro. Nigga, bitch, I'm big pro. Slim. I'm in Paris where it rains. Married to the game for the carrots and the rings. And what you...
Okay, this doesn't feel like Tyler anymore. There's a chance I'm missing some guest information because it's Cobuzz, so I'm just going to check the credits. Chad Hugo, that is absolutely not surprising at all. This sounds like classic Chad Hugo. Johnny Greenwood, that is surprising. What? I mean, if it's Johnny, it presumably is Johnny Greenwood. This is a ridiculous list of composers, is it not? We've also got Pharrell Williams on here, so we've got both of the Neptunes. What, and Nile Rodgers. What in the world is going on here? I mean, I said the first thing sounded a bit like Radiohead, but that's ridiculous, actually having Johnny Greenwood as a credited songwriter. Wow. And that is just that first track. Yeah, nowhere near as many people on the second. What's going on? Absolutely crazy. I mean, I'm expecting... Well, okay. Here, this is useful, isn't it? Main artist is Pharrell Williams as well. So Pharrell is presumably performing on this. As is Ty... Okay, that's Tyler, isn't it? Featuring Sk8brd as well. Okay, so we got 3 people that, yeah, so I mean there's something gone wrong here, but it's Tyler the Creator and Pharrell Williams featuring Sk8brd, I reckon. So who is this? This doesn't sound like Pharrell Williams to me, so I imagine it's Sk8brd.
I'm in Paris where it rains.
Then again, that could be Pharrell, couldn't it? Anyway, it's a higher voice. Let's just compare their voices.
Just like my mama.
Down there. And then,
Nigga, I'm big cold. Nigga, I'm big cold. Nigga, bitch, I'm big cold. Slim.
and then,
I'm in Paris where it rains.
very different voices. Slightly aggressive, I don't know, duck sounding voice. I was slightly more friendly, maybe slightly more effeminate voice from, let's say, Pharrell, and that gives a different feel to the song, doesn't it? It doesn't quite feel as aggressive as it did initially.
Married to the game, 40 carats in the rings, and what you drive, you can't compare it to the chains. So much.
If it is Pharrell, it's ridiculously aggressively produced. Like, there's, it feels like a bad microphone has been used, but I imagine that's not what it is. It's just got really like tinny, like high mids or something like that, which are just really grating. Like maybe there's a distortion put on it. Yeah, not very nice to listen to, but you know, it goes with the aesthetic of the track.
Trying to hurry up with the plane. G700, all the Glover 8,000. Those are extended with the mousing. Virginia, Florida, France is the housing. I got a bunch of woods, they are down. Big house.
So same kind of deal with the verse there. Same length, eight bars basically. We had a dropout just before the end there. And it did the same thing as the first one in terms of texture, which is that we added in the octaves in the second half. Yeah. And then yeah, we've got the bass back in here. We've got the whoos back in. We've also got just a little bit of more random noise in the background, especially you can hear it in the left ear.
Big hoe, nigga, I'm big hoe, nigga, I'm big hoe, nigga,
I can't actually work out what it is, but it isn't as random noise as I thought. But it's something going. Something like that. It's a strange noise, and it's not very clear, and it's really hard punch.
I'm big hoe, nigga, bitch, I'm big hoe, slim.
No, I really can't make it out through the mix.
No cell phone, it's a dead spot. You sneak photos, get your hands chopped.
Okay, and this is presumably Sk8brd, because this doesn't sound like Pharrell. We've got back in again, but we haven't got our ba-ba-da. So it's really the first section of this which has not featured any version of that.
You weird as fuck, nigga, I said.
And doesn't it feel like more spacey because of that? We've still got the drums going hard, but we've got more of a sort of lack of gravitas, right? A lack of grounding. That's what I think.
Stop! I don't trust white people with dreadlocks. Big dog mall over here saying.
How's this voice then? Oh, right, a little bit more aggressive than Pharrell's.
Hurry up with the plane.
Hurry up with. I don't know. Actually, it sounds pretty similar.
Phone, it's a dead spot.
It's a dead spot. Maybe slightly, well, more southern accent. Maybe. Seems fine. Yeah, a little bit more, a little bit less precise, maybe.
You sneak photos, get your hands chopped. You weird as fuck, nigga, I said stop.
We've got this da-da, or da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, thing happening very commonly. So that's cool. Again, its own rhythmic identity.
I don't trust white people with dreadlocks. Big dog mall over here sandlot. I'm swimming in the green, I'm a ham hop. I get the metal ringing like a can top. Pop.
Don't this shit make a nigga wanna jump?
Wow, sudden change. We kept that same rhyme going through all the way there, but we didn't have that seventh one because we had that shout from presumably a sample.
Metal ringing like a can top. Pop.
Don't this shit make a nigga wanna jump? Don't this shit make a nigga wanna jump? Don't this shit make a nigga wanna.
Yeah, a sudden change. It feels connected because we've got that bass and the synthy kind of sounds continuing. And we've got the drums continuing, really. They're the heart of this, joining everything together. But we've got this completely new synth melody over the top. I don't know what feel. It feels kind of, you know, epic in a way. But we've no longer got the Phrygian feel because we're just rooting down on that G sharp. And we've got jump, 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 jump happening, you know, which is a new rhythmic feel. Interestingly weighted at the beginning of the bar instead of later on in the bar. So quite different to a lot of the choices in raps in this. Okay. So there's the Phrygian moment. Yeah, so we do still have that Phrygian stuff, but it's not moving every single bar back and forth. It's down for 2 bars. So we've sort of slowed down the harmonic rhythm quite considerably, and that makes it feel bigger and grander in this section. We do still have something giving that kind of rhythm though, that ba ba da ba ba feels a little more intense as well, like a ba ba da 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 da, but it's not moving every single time.
And they got bitches that want pound.
Okay, but we've gone back into another verse. Who would you say this is? Sk8brd?
And they got bitches that want pound.
Look, I'm just gonna look it up. It feels stupid trying to guess. Good, got it right that it was Tyler the Creator to begin with. And then Pharrell, great. Oh, and then it was Tyler again. Ah, and then it's Busta Rhymes in the middle with the jumps, and it is a vocal sample taken from Pass the Courvoisier Part 2, which is always a song that I've heard about but just never got around to doing. Okay, and then verse 5 is Pharrell and Tyler the Creator, so there's no Sk8brd in here as far as I can tell, at least according to Genius. I sort of think that verse 4 is actually not Tyler the Creator. That's what I think. But whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Whole niggas, broke niggas, shouldn't allow them. The diamond's most brilliant when it's rounded. You niggas don't talk to your accountant. Hopping out of baby mama's cars clowning. You ain't with the bullets flying, get down then.
Okay, same kind of deal here. Yeah, some slight textural differences. Because we've got that coming in here. And it's not the chorus, so that's a bit odd.
They ain't tell you about this drip, nigga drowning. Oh, what you wanna get loud in? Huh, fuck around and get found in. I like crew necks, polos, and chinos. I'm out full of rocks like Dino.
But this is a much longer verse, this last one. Let's see what's going on here. So, coming out of it sometime now.
And they got bitches that want pounding. Whole niggas, broke niggas, shouldn't allow them. The diamond's most brilliant when it's rounded. You niggas don't talk to your accountant. Hopping out of baby mama's cars clowning. You ain't with the bullets flying, get down then. They ain't tell you about this trip, nigga drowning. Oh, what you wanna get loud in? Huh, fuck around and get found in. I like crew necks, polos, and chinos. I'm out full of rocks like Dino. Yellow diamonds, ask Jacob, nigga, he know.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's not much longer, but it is 4 bars longer. And that last 4 bars is kind of weird because it sounds like the 9th bar is actually following the rhyme scheme from the previous one, and then the last three have their own rhyme scheme. Let's just hear that again.
You ain't with the bullets flying, get down then. They ain't tell you about this drip, nigga drowned in. Oh, what you wanna get loud in? Huh, fuck around and get found in. I like crew necks, polos, and chinos.
Yeah, so the found in is with clowning and that lot. And then polos and chinos is its own thing.
I'm out full of rocks like Dino. Yellow diamonds, ask Jacob, nigga, he know.
Yeah, just three on the end of their own thing, which is odd. Again, I guess, changing expectations up. It just, you know, in a, I would say, anticlimactic way there. But it sounds like we're going back to that heavier synth sound with longer harmonic rhythm now, but without the sample over the top. Okay, and we've got that sample from the beginning, haven't we? Yeah. Okay, and that's how we end. Really suddenly, it sounds like we don't even let that bar finish before we're going into the next one. God, well, how long did I actually spend on that? I don't know when I started today. 47 minutes. Well, probably not all that time on it, but yeah, longer than it deserved. I sort of feel like, I don't know, it's rousing beginning to an album, and there were unexpected elements to it. It's pretty straightforward musically, I would say pretty straightforward lyrically as far as I can tell, but I've been called out on that. So, you know, if you have different takes, please let me know. I'll be really interested to hear them. Yeah, interesting that this suddenly dropped as well, isn't it? That's an interesting thing to do with an album. Not that I mean anything by that, I just think it's interesting. I think it's nice when things don't drop on Fridays. So, sugar on my tongue. We've got another Phrygian feel. Uh-oh. This time, A sharp to B. Okay, well fine, we can do that. But if this is not the last of these Phrygian feels, I will start to get a little bit irascible. We start with some really loud drums. Sorry, no we don't. The drums are relatively unloud, but they're setting up that semi-quaver movement. And then we really hit it hard as the rest of the ensemble comes in. Just, yeah, I guess it is still the drums that come through really hard, but not the beginning drums. No, it is a synth. Yeah, giving us that low note really aggressively. It's so loud in comparison to the other things in the track. I guess it has a Brazilian funk feeling, I guess, being, I don't know. I don't know if that is a reasonable thing to say, but the absolute aggression, like heavy compression of these big distorted sounds is something that you get in Brazilian funk, for better or worse. Let's go. He's on pitch.
Like sugar on my tongue.
Yeah, again, pretty simple things to do with drums. You know, da-da-da to start with, but then it's just bats, bounce, bats, bounce, bats, bounce, bats, tugga-tugga, bats, bounce, bounce, bats, bounce. So pretty straightforward, you know. Snare drum on the second and fourth beats. a hi-hat in the middle. I guess it's open hi-hat, so that's kind of fun. So it closes on the on beats. That's fun.
Your body is so sweet, sweet, sweet. Invite me if you come.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Body is so sweet, sweet, sweet. Invite me if you come, come.
He's not always on pitch.
It's all I want to eat.
There's some interesting things in the ensemble there.
Sweet, invite me if you.
I guess we have more pitch information. Pardon me. We have that extra seventh there in the synth. And then we just get fifths on this. Something like that. So a little bit more pitch information, but you know, nothing unexpected. And there's some weird moments.
Invite me if you come, come.
Video game sounds.
Come, it's all I,
Yeah, and some low come sounds.
it's all I want. Invite me if you come, come, come.
Come. I guess that's an unexpected note there. Yeah.
It's all I want to
Incidental, I imagine.
eat. Tell your mama, tell them what, tell your daddy.
So from that relatively straightforward rhythm, da 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 da, then we da ba da 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 ba do da ba ba da da, suddenly stepping up the rhythmic pace and having a bit more syncopation as well. So it immediately feels a lot more exciting.
Tell your mama, tell them what, tell your daddy, tell them.
Yeah, and we've got that contrast now of the tell your mama, which is also up the octave. Tell your mama. And then tell them what. Two very different styles there, and they're counterpoint with each other, and they're filling all available space as well, which is great.
Tell the bitches, let you know what you heard about me.
We've also got a change up of the drums. We've now got a on that first beat, and that's on the hi-hat.
Bitches, let you know what you heard about me. Tell you.
And so I think we've still got a pretty heavy bass noise coming through, but less so. And we've got another bass synth noise, which sounds especially like, I don't know, wet. This kind of horrible goblin kind of sound. And it's on the offbeats. So rhythmically, we've suddenly filled in quite a lot of space. We're making more interesting stuff with a thicker texture.
Tell the bitches, let you know what you heard about me. Tell your mama, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your daddy, tell the world, like sugar on my tongue.
Ooh, strange moment just at the end there. But yeah, that's a whole lot more exciting, isn't it? Let's hear it again.
Tell your mama, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your daddy.
So we've got a synth coming in. Yeah, around there. In octaves, I think.
Tell your mama, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your daddy, tell the world.
Yeah, and it's following that voice going, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell the world. Following up that, pentatonic scale. Struggling with that top F. We've all been there. But it sounds, exciting and yelpy, doesn't it? Whereas one of the other voices is not quite so struggling. Yeah, so that tell your mama, nice breathy falsetto, and then tell your daddy, and then kind of extra synthy lead there. Oh, yeah, really auto-tuned. And then we get that again, and we over the top of it, like sugar on my. But that's how it would sound, I think, if it was nicely pitched, like sugar on my. God, I can do F so much easier than I used to be able to. Like sugar on my. But then that's not what we get. Like sugar on my. Like sugar on my. Except it's not even there. It's not. It's just sharp. And then it just folds in. Now I've been delaying moving my guitar to match the pitch of this because I didn't think it would really matter, but I am a little bit sharper. It. So now I can match a bit closer. Wow, that is crazy. And with the low bass as well. Whoa. Which gives us that note. But it's not that. Like sugar on my. Like sugar on my. But it's not there. It's in between. Even though Oh. Disgusting. There's no. I mean, I appreciate it. I think it's very interesting, but I don't know. I've said to myself, I'm going to treat everything as intentional. It's intentionally incredibly disgusting. Wow, not like sugar on my tongue, like. I've accidentally poured a load of salt on my tongue. Like sugar on my tongue. But then it comes really, really nicely into tune after that. So it serves its effect. You get this moment of real, oh no! And then it all falls into place. And it all falls into place also on the second beat of the bar. Da, 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 da. We get that waiting space from the first beat, da 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 da, because nothing hits there. Da 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 da. Everything comes in on the second beat, which is a classic thing to do, but here it has a specifically uncomfortable feeling to it. I've never heard anything like that. Again, we've changed the harmonic rhythm in this section. So now instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Still keeping the same movement, but just chilling out a little bit, letting it have more space. There's also way more going on, isn't there? Time. That's going through the pan. We've got a lovely synth lead on this bit, which is taking the 4. Well, it's almost taking the 4, but we've got that really aggressive bop back in the drums and the bass synth. Yeah, so that inevitably takes precedence, and is just a quite nice melody, sort of working in counterpoint, but there's leaving more open space here. Yeah, every single time it's going to do it. Wow. We actually got a different chord there. We got a G sharp minor to go with that. Yeah, it's a nice change. Nice change just for a brief moment. And then we get ba 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 like we got at the beginning.
Are you from Mars? Take your arms and legs.
Okay, and now we've got our first verse. Kind of. I guess you could call what happened before like sugar on my tongue. You could call that a verse if you wanted. But this is our first rap verse, if you like. And it's coming a whole minute into the track, and it's only 2.5 minutes long. That's quite unconventional. We've gone back down in terms of texture, but we've still got the tick of the hi-hat. So that's something. And it's not actually open, is it? It is, but only right at the end of the bar. Basically.
I sit down there till I said, girl, I'm dead. Tell your mama, tell them what, tell your mama, tell you that.
Okay, so this is back in with the pre-chorus. This is actually built pretty much like a song. And I guess that's why we got the more singy bit to begin with, isn't it? Hang on, did we start with like sugar on my tongue? In this first part,
like sugar on my tongue.
We did, but it didn't feel at all like the main chorus bit, did it? Interesting.
Don't need no air. I stay down there till I said, girl, I'm dead. Tell your mama, tell them what, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell them what, tell your daddy.
Got a really fun bass synth here.
Tell your mama,
Bo-do.
tell your daddy,
Bo-do-do.
tell them what, tell your daddy.
It's moving at the same time as the tell your daddy. And we've got a big, bright, if again slightly detuned synth, giving us a big A sharp minor chord as well. These textures seem they seem both taken from modern music, but also I would say that particularly out of tune kind of thing is, I think, something that was relatively popular in the 90s. Prove me wrong, I can't prove myself right, but I think it sort of has a G-funk connection, I think. Something slightly, unsettling about it, slightly horror infused.
Like sugar on my.
I like the wow in the background there. Like sugar on my. Do we get the weird bass note? Yeah.
Like sugar on my.
Yeah, it's good. Like sugar on my tongue. Horrible. Slightly more full texture.
Like sugar on my.
Yeah, just ear attack there. Not very pleasant. Let's hear it again. Yeah. Okay. Are we going to calm down now? This would be in an Aurora song where we would have a nice bridge and everything would be nice and comfortable. And that seems to be what's going on.
You wanna give me up? Never be nothing. I wanna take you.
Yeah, we've still got the same chord sequence going on, although it feels a little detuned now, like a little lower in pitch. And we've got some vocals.
You wanna be my friend? No, 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 no.
Okay, Yeah, so the drums have totally disappeared, which makes this feel quite different, but we still do have some pretty solid rhythm playing from these synths. That melody. It's a nice ending on the whoa when we get the B in the bass, giving that nasty relationship, that flat fifth, diminished fifth relationship there. It's nice, powerful. I don't like the rawness of the vocal here. It's a little bit uncomfortable for me. Yeah, interesting addition. That sounds like something, but I can't think what. It's almost Eaton Rifles, but that's not quite it. And the drums have come back, and we've got more of that bright synth. It's not, it might be the same synth that does the synth lead, but it's not doing the same thing. It's doing something else. And Tyler over this is much more sort of reserved and quiet. He's just talking. And we have that auto-tuned vocal as well, which came in the previous section just for a little bit. Yeah, what's the purpose of all these different versions of the voice? Because we've got the very breathy falsetto, we've got the screamy falsetto, we've got the honest sort of impassioned vocal, we've got the quacky duck kind of aggressive voice. And we've got this lower, I don't know, more speaking voice, and then we've got this vocodary voice. There's so many different ones. Are they just aesthetic, or do they have meaning? I will look out for meaning, but I'm not holding my breath. This is fun with the how, interesting percussive extra there.
Just trust me.
You will. Amazing sudden end again. Both of these tracks suddenly ending in unexpected ways. Alright, again, I think I'm going to do a relatively short one today. I'll see how fast I get through Sucka Free, because this next track is only 1.25 minutes, so I think I could probably get through both of those. Let's see how it goes. Sucka Free. I hardly knew her.
It's that Eastside hot dog, raw down El Segundo, the PCA shit. Put your top down, sun beaming, for real.
Yeah, so again, feeling like more talking over that, but doesn't it feel like it has its own rhythm anyway?
It's that Eastside hot dog, raw down El Segundo, the PCA shit. Put your top down, sun beaming.
Yeah, it's its own rhythm. It's not the rhythm of the track, but it really feels like Tyler can't help but speak in rhythm in an exciting way. It's fun.
It's that
the rhythm of the track. Okay, tuning back again. Let's hear it again. Oh!
It's that East.
Alright. Never mind, I'm never going to be in tune with this. It's fun when people do things outside of A equals 440, but it does mean they are harder to deal with.
The hot.
this chord repeated in the high synthesizer, octave higher, going like that while we've basically got that B. So if that's B, slightly sharp B, and this is that. Something like that is what we've got going on. Right? So we've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 going on with that, whereas this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So together they make a cross rhythm. So they fit together in kind of an interesting way and immediately make an interesting rhythm. Also, they're not the same chord at all. We've got a B down here and we've got what's that? G sharp major? No, F sharp major. F sharp major with a B in the bottom, so it kind of feels like, you know, these are two different poles. They're very consonant, not very dissonant, but really feel like two different things pulling against each other.
Gonna ride down El Segundo, the PCA shit. Put your top down, sun beaming, for real.
Okay, and yeah, big load of electronic percussion here. The percussion on each of these tracks has sounded quite different. It was so blown out in the first track. In the second track, it was dominated by that that heavy bass, but mostly was relatively clean and simple sounding. And now we're going full on electric kits, like classic 808 kind of kits, aren't they? Okay, and we've got one of these classic R&B kind of jazzy chord sequences here. Let's hear it again. I'm that guy trying to get my paper, baby. I'm that guy for very easily be bossa nova as well. Okay, so here, helping you through this. That's literally what I'm trying to do. Don't have to be so salty about it. B, let's say B major 7, A sharp, 7 flat 13, I don't know if there's an 11 in this chord, but there's certainly a 9, and then it's therefore D sharp minor 9. That just all falls by 2 to C sharp minor 9, and then some kind of F sharp 7. I'm not sure if it has the 13 in there, and then that brings us back again. So why this sounds so satisfying is because it is built on 2-5-1s. Technically this is not R2 to start with, but it is kind of closely related to the 2, which would be something like this, or this, or this, or this. That might be that. It sort of fills the same harmonic function. It's a subdominant chord, even if it's not actually the subdominant of the key. So it also fills the same void as that one. There's a lot of pasting over differences in music theory. But yeah, so we get that. It's strictly the flat 6 of the key. And then we get the dominant chord, the 5 chord of the key, with that sharpened 7th, going into the next chord quite nicely, and that's a perfect cadence. 5 to 1. And there's our 1 chord. We could just leave it at that, and that's all we get. And that would be enough for a lot of people. But instead, we've got to fit in 2 extra chords in the space of 1 bar to get us back to that one. And we do it in the same way by doing a 2-5-1. Here's our 2 in a different key to the one we had just before here, the one we had just there. 2 to 5, and then another perfect cadence bringing us back to there, which is our subdominant chord of the previous one. So there's only one moment where we actually truly relax here. It's on this chord. This chord has no intention to go anywhere. So it feels quite a big change. We go down to that one, and then we go back there. It feels like quite a big change. As I would say, arguably that one feels like a bit of a big change. But we know that this isn't our home, whereas this really does feel like our home. So don't tear us away from it. Oh, sad. Yeah, so this is more conventional because we've got such a straightforward chord sequence like that, and not dealing with these aggressive Phrygian semitonal things anymore. More comfortable stuff. What else is going on? I'm that guy trying to get my paper, baby. Yeah, still with the not really in tune singing. I guess is what's going on here. I'm that guy trying to get my done on paper. Get my paper, baby. But you can hear just that's trying to get my paper, baby. Difficult. I'm that guy, and that's more there. I'm that guy. Ah, there's the 11. That's nice. And that's quite nice. Da, da. You know, it's not going to be winning any composition competitions for most romantic melody, but it's fine. It's nice. It's heartfelt. Yeah, it really, I mean, that is a throwback, isn't it? That heavily auto-tuned voice. It's just like California Love, isn't it? By Tupac. So, yeah, I imagine that's what we're going for. There's a little bit of vocal percussion in the background here as well.
Yeah, hey, shitty back up, got my racks up, baby blue, beam up, watch it back up, got my jewels.
Nice, I do like that. Yeah, it has fun with that. With the most underrated one of the four. Let's just take a brief deviation to list my favourite divisions of the beat. And we have, dividing it into 4, I like the second division of 4 the most. That's number 1. Number 2, I would probably say, is, well, I'll go for the 4th division. Just classic contrarian. Then I would go for the 1st, actually, and then I would go for the 3rd. Do you have different preferred divisions of the beat? Because let me know if you do. I'm gonna make a table of everyone's preferred divisions of the beat. Anyway, here we've got that second one. That's my favourite, and so that's what we've got. Ba-da-ba, ba, ba-da-da, ah. And it's especially nice because it's on its own. It feels quite like uncomfortable in comparison to most of the others. because it comes just after an important beat. So yeah, it's often, you know, it's a characteristic thing of bagpipe music, the Scotch snap as it is known. But yeah, it has its own place in this kind of music. Is fairly common these days, but it still is something I like quite a lot.
On, so I'm strapped up. We don't know you, nigga, back up. Pockets full of chili like it's hot sauce.
And then we've gone to a more conventional 1 and 3 here, hot sauce. Fine, just do that. It's not gonna make me too sad.
Niggas acting silly just to pop off.
Yeah. Something like that. Those, I mean, they are quite nice when they occur.
It's hot sauce. Niggas acting silly just to pop off.
Yeah. Something like that. It's nice and it's pentatonic mainly, but yeah, lovely. It fits very nicely. The fun thing about the pentatonic over a chord sequence like this is that it's going to sit very differently depending on which note it is, especially with some of them it's going to be really comfortable and some of them it is just not. So even though it's a very, very simple melody in terms of the notes it picks and their relationships to each other, which is the pentatonic, it's simple, comfortable, global kind of scale. Even though that is the case, because the harmony is different and exciting and moving from key to key, sort of, or with outside chords slightly more appropriately, because of that we make a simple thing sound more complicated.
Hop off my dick, there's some hoes in here. Our future wolf gang, all the bros in here. You niggas bums, you never really figured it out. You the type to let a bitch wear a shoe in your house. You the type to buy a chain for some furniture couch. And you the type of nigga never had a fist at your mouth. Bang, bang, bang. You ain't.
We've got a really kind of insistent pss, what is it? I guess open hi-hat sound on the beat at the end.
Couch, and you the type of nigga never had a fist at your mouth. Bang, bang, bang. You ain't got no guap, no paper, ain't no ink. See, I'm that.
Yeah, but it's mainly not there. It's mainly a closed one. But interesting how it really steps out if it is, sticks out if it is.
Guy, give a fuck what you think. So please keep that weirdo shit from me. I'm just stacking on my cheese, trying to stay sucker free.
We've still got a really, really heavy bass, like I mean, it's probably a kick drum and a bass at the same time, I think, but they're just layered together in a really, really punchy way. It's a bit much for me. Anyway, we had quite a long verse there, about 16 bars, I think.
Stacking on my cheese, trying to stay sucker free.
And then this is very similar to the previous chorus, if you like, but we've got another synthesizer in. We've got a kind of thing I just heard, doing something like that, just a more plonky kind of synthesizer sound. And there did sound like there was some chorus vocals there, just holding some R's. Yeah, I can hear one. Just holding that note. There might be some others. Yeah, so it's that low falsetto or just really soft, heady voice. I'm that guy. Again. Yeah, different voices for different feels.
I'm that guy, trying to get my paper, baby. I'm that guy, really. I'm stacking my ones on a Tuesday. I'm getting that paper.
I'm feeling that paper. Yeah, there's no necessary. I don't know. when you've got, what am I trying to say? Melodies like this are just doing their own thing. The chords underneath are inconsequential. They do change how it feels, but they aren't a consideration when making the melody. And so the melody just does what it does. So there's no point looking at really how they relate to each other, even if it is something that occasionally makes me happy. We had an extra synth melody there, just at the end there, doing something like that over the... Yeah, nicely chosen, nice. Okay, and now those chords have just disappeared and we're getting really in your face, dry sounding voice. Bumps to the back, bitch, I'm dumb to the max. I'm getting mine that. And it's got an extra overdub as well, just giving extra noises. Scary. I run and tell that all. It's this low one, which maybe is not the same as the aggressive quack. I guess it's similar. It's similar enough.
That street talk corny about rats, bro. You are a good man. What you know about that? Niggas weird and that's on my mind. Hoes tell me don't need no lobby. With the extras ain't need no hobby. Drop the top.
Just got an extra synth, just whoop, and then whoa whoa from the auto-tuned one.
Never sloppy, keep a thumper. Brody, can you please hop off my bumper?
Actually, with the strange rhythm of the synth there, it felt like we were going into a different time feel at the end there, because the drums dropped out for the first time in ages.
Keep a thumper. Brody, can you please hop off my bumper?
Yeah, and then we get that da 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 da.
Keep a thumper. Brody, can you please hop off my bumper?
Just for a moment, and well, it's quite cloudy, and we've got that blah sound as well, so it's not a strong feel. But for someone like me who cares about that kind of thing, it's like, whoa, a weird space for just a bar. And then it sounds like another chorus. Quite a different thing we did in that verse to the previous one, isn't it?
That's weird, bro.
Yeah, so this is a weird polyphony where we've got the main melody, and then we've got the kind of improvised vocoder. I keep struggling to say auto-tune. Improvised auto-tune melody over the top. It's nice to have it though, that improvised auto-tune one, because it is to some degree the only unplanned thing here. I wonder how many times Tyler did these raps in the studio. Did he do them in other contexts? How much were they, deliberately planned before he went into the studio? Yeah, I imagine to some degree they were pretty planned. I'm sure he went into the studio knowing how he was going to say these lines mostly, and so that's what we're getting. We're getting a plan. The same isn't necessarily true for these auto-tune lines. They may well just have been ad-libbed into these moments just to fill out the track, which gives them more life, really.
I'm stacking my ones on a Tuesday. I'm getting that big.
Okay, we've had this bit before as well. Is it being treated in a different way? Maybe a little, just because we've got that extra auto-tune melody.
I'm getting that big. I'm stacking my ones on the weekend. I'm getting that big. I'm stacking my ones on a Tuesday. I'm getting that.
Okay, and then this end has gone back to the threes that we got at the beginning, but they feel a little bit different, and I think they're different notes, and they are changing with the chords as well, so they're doing quite a different thing to what they did at the beginning of this track. But nonetheless, there's a ABA feel to the song because of that. It's interesting that you wouldn't expect it. Yeah, it's not clear why. I guess it ties things up quite nicely.
That paper, I'm stacking my ones on the weekend. I'm getting that paper. Mind your business.
Okay, but then we go back to our standard thing, but with the auto-tune melody dominant.
Mind your business, mind your figures, nigga. Get your paper up and turn your goofy down. For real,
Just a bit of talking, and then we got a bit of vocoder, actual vocoder, like we got in the first track. So that's a connection across two different tracks, just suddenly at the end there. Interesting. And then what do we end with here? Just a few plinked notes. Yeah, bit sloppy. I guess it's intentional, like all of this stuff. Well, so far I am not thinking this is the most exciting Tyler album, which is a shame. I think these are not terrible songs, but other than the off-tune singing in off-pitch singing in Sugar on My Tongue, I don't think I've got anything that has really excited me out of these three tracks. And I might just be looking in the wrong place, but I was really taken in by tracks like Wilshire off Call Me If You Get Lost, as many people were, and not just because of the lyrical flow of it. It also has really lovely evolving accompaniment to go with the story, and things on Chromacopia were really interesting as well, and moving in interesting ways. But so far these feel like they could be done by many people. There's not a vast amount of detail to them. But again, like I say, I might just be looking in the wrong place. Let's have a look at this last one then, Mommanem, and then we're done. I hope I haven't said something. I have no idea what that means. I hope it's not offensive.
Bro, I'm in my feelings. Bro.
Okay, good. Well, this is weird. How many things before it repeats? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It is 16. So it's not as weird as we thought. But it's sort of playing pretty weird with pitch, isn't it? We're starting up there on that G sharp.
Bro, I'm in my feelings.
And we basically get up a fourth, but we get up there in 8 notes. Yeah. Not easy. Okay, and it actually goes a little bit higher and then comes back down. Yeah, microtonal and interesting and unusual choice. We've also got some more vocal percussion on the offbeats. And there's a something like that on the main beats as well as the offbeats. And a bit of speaking.
It's weird. I hurt my feelings.
Yeah, so I guess this is the angry duck, but he doesn't sound quite so angry in this one. So I guess this one is something else, isn't it? Like a old wizened dog, maybe. Lots of different voices.
Hit it out, spit it out, get it out, that's on my mom and them. Hit it out, spit it out, get it out, that's on my mom and them. Hit it out, spit it out, get it out, that's on my mom and them.
Yeah, good rhythm, isn't it? Ba-da-da, 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 ba-da-da. Is that right? Doesn't feel quite right.
Get it out, that's on my mom and them. Hit it out, spit it out, get it out, that's on my mom and them.
Yeah, ba-da is fun, and da-ga-da is da-ga-da, because that's rhythmic displacement, if you like. So if we kept that in the same place in the bar each time, same place in the beat, it would be ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. That is boring. So ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. We put it in different places. Ba-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. And that's just how the rhythm falls on the beat. It's not how it's emphasized. It's always emphasized with the first one first. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. So you get this kind of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 against the fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's fun. You get a cross rhythm and you get, rhythmic displacement is basically what it is.
Hit it out, spit it out, get it out. Browdy thinking shit straight. 20, I won't hit break. Got so much resentment in my chest, I make this bitch shake. Low key, I might need that. If
Ooh. Sounds like a full minor chord there, but it's real smash, smash, smash feeling. Oh, this is an interesting texture. This one is much more enjoyable, actually. It's so weird. Ba-ba-bum, suddenly coming in as well, and with the quietness and sort of stark open texture of the rest of the stuff. It's very different.
you on the feedback, almost got it done, but son shit to get the feedback. I'd engage some niggas' shoulders, they could drop.
Yeah, quite a lot of, I guess, specific small textural elements in the rest of the track.
A tear on, but when my eyes get muggy, niggas get they disappear on. Fuck the high road, I ain't tryna shake no hands. Had to change a heart and then I popped out on your mans, fam.
Okay, that time we didn't get the ba-ba-bam, which is a bit of a shame. It's also interesting how it's so clear that there's a loop between the two things starting. There is this just uncomfortable moment.
Okay, that nigga gon' get clipped today.
Da, 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 da. Well, that's actually giving us a major G-sharp feeling, which we weren't expecting. Da, 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 da. Yeah, obviously nursery rhyme. I'm the king of the castle. There you go.
That nigga gon' get clipped today.
Bit of a Danny Brown feel to some of these ad-libs. How? No, I cannot do Danny Brown at all. But he's got such a much higher voice. Much higher voice than Tyler, who has a low duck voice, as we have established.
Get it out, spit it out, get it out. That's on my mama.
Is it actually just Danny Brown? I'm just gonna. Doesn't look like it. Interesting that there's another composer and lyricist credited on this one. In fact, 2. No, yeah, it looks like it's all Tyler, which is interesting. You can get a very different, lots of different styles of voice that he's got.
Get it out, spit it out, get it out.
Okay, yeah, really building up at the end here, presumably into the next track. It's a shame we're not looking at
Spit it
it.
out, spit it out.
But yeah, we get that. And then, we're going up chromatically.
Get it out, that's on my mama. Get it out, spit it out, get it out. That's on my mama.
Yeah, it's actually doing a very similar thing to the high one. Doing the same kind of thing, but down 1, 2, 3, 4 octaves.
Get it out, spit it out, get it out. That's on my mama. Get it out, spit it out, get it out.
Yeah, really building up those vocal ad-libs through here. It's really scary.
On my mama. Get it out, spit it out, get it out. That's on my mama. Get it out, spit it out, get it out. That's on my mama.
Mommanem. 2, maybe 3 different voices shouting that at the end. Yeah, and then clearly it's going to go into this next one, but we will leave whatever that has to reveal us for another time. Well, I'm going to listen to the rest of it now, but just not on stream. It's just too much pressure. I'm not going to do that. I hope you had a good stream. I hope you enjoyed having a look at this. if you think of things differently to me, or if you have some genuine objective observations that I have missed. I would love to hear them. I'm always trying to get better. I'm always trying to understand music better. Help me and help yourself, and have a nice day and have a nice life. And yeah, bye. And that.